Half Man, Half Broken Dream by Omar Cuellar. My name is Frank. I am 11 years old, and I live in a hidden laboratory deep in the forests of Vermont. The walls are polished steel that reflect my pale face and my overly large eyes. Outside, snow falls silently over Montpelier, the nearest town. Though I have never seen it, I only imagine it through the sealed windows. The scientists say the outside world is too dangerous for someone like me, so I stay inside, surrounded by tubes, cold lights, and the constant hum of machines that measure my breathing and my brainwaves. I have no friends. The adults who take care of me wear white coats and speak in low voices when they think I cannot hear them. Dr. Elena brushes my hair every morning and tells me I am special, that my mind is a gift. Dr. Marcus makes me solve impossible puzzles and writes down every answer with a tense smile. Sometimes, when the experiments are over, they leave me alone in my room with a glass of milk and an advanced mathematics book. I close my eyes and become someone else. I imagine I am a tall, strong man with broad shoulders, a wife who smells of freshly baked pie, and 2 daughters who run to hug me when I come home from work. In my dreams, I am strong. I take my family on picnics by Lake Champlain, teach them to row, and tell them stories about constellations. My voice is deep and confident. No one questions my decisions. I see myself disciplined. I wake at 5, run 10 kilometers, and prepare breakfast before my family stirs. I am responsible, the pillar that holds the family together. But when I open my eyes, the laboratory ceiling drags me back to reality. I am a skinny boy in hospital clothes with a strange symbol tattooed on my arm. The scientists say my intelligence quotient is extraordinary. That is why they brought me here, to study me and understand why I think so fast. They run tests on me every day, MRIs, blood draws, questions that leave my head throbbing. "You are unique, Frank," they repeat. I feel special, chosen, like a brain in a jar that will one day save the world. At night before I sleep, I promise myself that when I grow up, I will be like these adults who protect me and care for me, intelligent, useful, and admired. One morning I wake up with itching on my arms. Small red welts sprout like seeds beneath the skin. I scratch and scratch, but the welts spread. The scientists examine me, take samples, and murmur among themselves. "Eczema," Dr. Elena says with a smile that never reaches her eyes. "It's nothing serious, Frank, just a stress reaction." They give me creams that smell like hospital and tell me to behave. But the rash spreads to my neck, chest, legs, and face. My skin cracks and weeps. The mirror shows me a map of sores. The days become torment. The itching is constant, as if something alive is moving beneath my skin. I sleep little. I cry a lot. The scientists increase the sedatives, but the pain grows. One night, I wake up screaming. I feel my spine splitting in two. Something pushes from inside, tearing flesh and bone. The doctors rush in, strap me to the gurney, and inject more sedatives. Through the delirium, I see blood. I see their smiling faces, and I hear their excited voices. It's happening. It was about time. When I wake up, I have a tail. It is long and covered in green scales. It moves on its own as if it has a will of its own. On my head, 2 twisted horns have pushed through my forehead, hard as bone. I try to speak, but only a guttural growl comes out. The scientists watch me from behind the glass, jotting notes in their logs. Dr. Elena approaches, but she does not touch me. "Frank," she says, looking at me with a smile on her face, "we have to tell you the truth. It was terrible to finally learn that I am not human. I never was. I am an extraterrestrial, captured in these very woods years ago. I had taken the form of a child to go unnoticed, but I was still captured. Eventually, the invasive experiments were so traumatic that they erased my real memories." The horns, the tail, the rash, it was all my body remembering what I truly am. The scientists had been studying me, knowing that one day I would become this. They told me they loved me, but it was a lie to keep me docile. Now I feel betrayed, as if they had torn my heart out with their own hands. I know that very soon I will become a monster and stop being the boy I thought I was. That is why I now walk to the mirror in my room, where I stand for several minutes, looking at my reflection one last time, trying not to sob. Finally, they drag me to a containment chamber. I try to scream, but only a roar comes out that shakes the walls. My body grows and deforms, my arms lengthen, my fingers turn into claws, my skin hardens into bony plates. The scientists watch, fascinated, as I become a prodigy. I try to remember the face of the wife from my dreams, but it fades. I try to tell the scientists, I loved you, but my tongue is too large for human words. The days blur into an endless nightmare. My body keeps growing. Now I am 3 meters tall, then 5. Scales cover every inch. The horns branch like dead trees. My voice disappears completely. I only make guttural sounds that frighten even the guards. They lock me in a titanium cage, feed me chunks of raw meat. Sometimes Dr. Elena comes and watches me from a distance with an indifferent look. But she never comes close. No one does. In my mind, I build a refuge. I see myself again as the boy in the laboratory, running through the corridors. I see myself again as that child who played in his mind at becoming a man. In my head, I have a house with a garden, a woman waiting with a hot dinner, daughters who call me dad. I talk to them, teach them to be responsible, to be disciplined. I tell them never to give up, that there is always hope. But reality always returns. The monster in the cage is me. My claws scrape the floor. My tail slams against the walls. The scientists no longer speak to me. They just take notes. Sometimes in the darkness, I try to remember what it was like to have human hands, what it was like to smile. I try to remember the taste of the milk Dr. Elena used to give me. But everything fades, replaced by hunger, pain, and rage. In my last moments of clarity, they drag me to a gas chamber. I try to resist, but my body is too big and clumsy. As the poison fills my lungs, I close my eyes and return to my daydream. Even though I am hideous and disgusting, even though I can no longer speak or communicate like a human being, in my mind I will always remain that boy who looked in the mirror and dreamed of becoming a man.